recently at work I just had a 5-year anniversary, and I ended up getting a Solo Stove, which is something kind of neat and everything, and not something I think I'd buy on my own, but I have seen them before and they did kind of interest me. So what I'm gonna do is in this video, I'll do an unboxing of this, set it up, give it a little test use, and see how long it takes to boil some water and other stuff. So let's go inside and look further into this. Alright, so this right here is the Solo Stove. It's called the Solo Stove Lite. I believe it's one of the smaller stoves that the company makes. They're a Texas-based company. It's designed in the USA. Looking at the packaging here, it says designed in the USA and respectfully made in China. But what can you do? A lot of stuff's made in China. It is a Texas-based company, so I like that aspect of it. It's made out of stainless steel. It's designed to burn off biofuels, kind of a hiking, camping type thing. They make large ones that you can do bonfires and everything with, so it's kind of neat. I've seen them before, thought they'd be kind of interesting. This right here isn't something I necessarily buy on my own. I think it lists for like 60-something dollars. I think you can find them for like $40, $50, but to me it's really not worth it. The design's interesting. I may change my mind. We'll see when we test it and everything. But like I said, it's not something I would have bought on my own. My work wanted to get it for me as a 5-year anniversary gift with some other stuff. So more power to my work for doing stuff like that. Something's always better than nothing. And this is something that kind of fits into my lifestyle, so to speak. But let's get this thing open and see what it's about. It comes with a pamphlet thing here, I guess, that goes over the different series and stuff they have. I guess fire starter rewards, a little sticker. Comes with a bag, which already has some Repel Masters coming off it. I'm gonna have to trim it up and probably hit it with a lighter. Some more here. This is that China quality right there showing through. A lot of excess strings that could have been trimmed up. And inside here we have the stove itself. It's good that it comes with a bag. A lot of products don't come with these bags, and when you burn them they're going to get a bunch of soot on them and everything, so it's good to have something to put it into. I am kind of curious, being that it's stainless steel, how long it cools down. A lot of my things I have are either titanium or aluminum, and you can kind of burn them out and then once they're done, pretty much be finished with them. The way this sets up, I guess, is you have this ring right here. This is going to be a top piece that you can rest stuff on. Anything that's smaller than that, which most cups are going to be bigger than that are metal, or bowls you have, will fit on here. There's a little notch here, and from what I understand, this is going to be where you feed the fuel into, the sticks, twigs, and other stuff that you burn. You don't necessarily have to use sticks and twigs. You can get alcohol stoves and stuff like that and put it in there. Transgia has those brass ones, and a lot of copies are made. So you could use an alcohol stove if you want inside of it. But this is the outer ring. It's stainless steel. Seems pretty well made. Doesn't seem like it's going to twist or bend that easily. This is the main body of it. On the outside here, they have a bunch of vent holes. It's solid on the bottom, so it's not going to have anything falling like ashes-wise to the ground. Everything's going to be contained inside of it. But these vent holes are going to help push stuff up, kind of like a double-walled insulated thing. And then the holes up top on the inside are going to help supposedly create kind of like a little bit of a vacuum type thing. You have these stainless steel wires here that are going to keep your product up above the ground and allow the air to flow in it. And there's also a secondary gap, I don't know if you can see inside here, that will allow the airflow to be a lot better than some traditional stoves. They do sell air screens for these, or wind screens, but I don't think it's necessarily going to need one. But when it gets set up, I guess together, it's going to look like this. It doesn't fold. It's not as compact as some things could be. but it is kind of neat. And let's get some wood and stuff and do some testing with this and see how it burns. So I have a cup. I don't know if you can read inside here, but it's filled with 16 ounces of water. I have a lid for it. We have the Solo stove that I filled up with a bunch of twigs and stuff and some bark that I found laying around my property. And then I also got some extra piece of wood and stuff because I'll probably have to feed it as it burns and everything. This is going to be the lid that goes on top, and then I may have to feed it more fuel as it goes. Try and run a stopwatch here so we know how long it takes, and then I have some wood chips I use for smoking that I'll throw in case I end up needing it. But what I'm going to do is start the fire. Hopefully it gets going here, and then once the flames are good, we'll start the timing when we get everything set up and start to cook it. Try to boil the water. Let's see how easy this works. Pretty good sized flame. Like I said, as it burns, you're going to need to put more fuel in it, so you want to make sure you have extra stuff available. But it does seem to go pretty straight up. I'm not able to capture the top of the flame with some of it, but like I said, it's pretty impressive for how it burns so far. Put the lid on here. It is a snug fitting lid. I don't know if it's going to pop off when it's cooking, or I may have to use something to pop it off. Hope it doesn't burn my phone. Alright, we'll set this on top right here and start the timer. I'll probably end up speeding this up so you don't have to watch it all. Alright, that's about 5 minutes, and it seems like it's boiling already as the fire's dying down. But inside you can see it's boiling a bit. There's still a bit of stuff inside of it, but not too bad. 5 minutes. Sometimes things can take longer. There's different systems out there. I've had things take 10 minutes. Oh, did my screen go off? Let me see. Yeah, it's 5:30 right now, but at 5 minutes is pretty much boiling and bubbling. Prior to that, you could see the steam and bubbles coming off it. Overall, not too bad. Let me let this cool down and go over it a little bit more. I don't know how well it'll show up with the camera, but you can kind of see how the flames are coming through the bottom, but it's also coming out the little top hole vents that go around it and everything. And you can see the little flames kind of whipping through with the wind. So it does seem to work pretty good. Still got a bunch of parts inside to burn off. Hopefully it'll burn up pretty quick and I'll be done with this and let it cool down. The stainless does stay pretty warm overall. I was kind of surprised how hot the top lid was. One thing I do want to check out is on this sniper. On this Pathfinder cup, it shows 16 ounces, and I'm just kind of curious if it is actually 2 cups or not. And it seems like it's a little bit over 2 cups. I don't know. Sniper. Maybe it's me, but one of them's a little off in their measurements. Not a bad thing, but like I said, this is a little bit more than 2 cups, so I guess I need to remember that if I'm ever cooking recipes or anything like that, that just underneath that marking, I guess they might have marked it a little high, but still did its job. And like I said, in 5 minutes it boiled water, so I'm happy with that. All right, so to go over a conclusion of this, it does work pretty good. I'm glad that my work gave this to me for free. I don't think I would ever spend the 60 to, I think it's actually from $70 to $90 that this thing goes for. I think $70 is way too much, $69.99 on Amazon, and I think their normal price is $89.99. But it does seem to burn pretty good. I am impressed with it. It's rather neat design and setup. The stainless steel is pretty well made. It patina's pretty well. Like I said, you can drop a alcohol stove or something else in here if you wanted. Solo stoves, they do make a cup that's a little bit bigger that this nests inside of, so you get a pretty good size cup with it and everything. I think the cup's like $37 or something, which again to me is kind of a lot. I'm more into cheaper stainless stuff, I guess, but the quality of it's good. It burns really good. If I had a vehicle where I was working in different places off grid and stuff like that, I think this would be handy to have in a vehicle or something to pull out. I'm probably going to put this in my garage, and if power ever goes out, or if I'm ever going on a little camping trip or something like that, I might bring this with me. Like I said, it's neat. Glad my work gave it to me for free, so it's a nice anniversary gift along with some other stuff I got. I did find out the Pathfinder cup I have, I measured 2 cups of water from measuring cup I had in my kitchen, and it came out kind of short to the 16-ounce mark. So I ended up boiling it and going along with the cooking by going a little above where the Pathfinder 16-ounce mark was. It boiled down to right below the 16-ounce mark. And then when I confirmed it at the end with a 2-cup measuring cup that I use regularly, and I know it's spot on, just like my other 1-cup measuring devices, I noticed this right here is a little generous with its measurement. So if I ever go camping and I use this, I need to take that into effect so I don't over water down any of my food or anything like that. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, the Solo Stove's pretty neat. If you have one, let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. Make sure you give a like, share, follow, all that cool stuff and everything. Till next time, Cav Cop out.